Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome back to episode 24 of Europa Universalis IV as Barat. Things are not going particularly well. We're still involved in this war with Afghanistan, Jaipur and Nagra. Although we have got Nagra fully sieged and have had for a while, we have pretty much lost most of our forces. In fact, I'm recruiting a load of mercenaries just so that I have any sort of army whatsoever. There's not an awful lot that we can do about the battles going on, and what I will do just very, very quickly is actually see if we can grab this fort here from Afghanistan, because at least if we can, we've got the potential to get a little bit more war score from them. We need to do that before this one gets unsieged, so that we do keep some positive war score. Come on, RNG be on my side for once game. 28% chance that we are going to go ahead and take this province, and we do. Fantastic, that's good. So first of all, can we separately sue peace out Afghanistan? No, we can't. So what if we go to the war leader and sue for peace? We can get a white peace, definitely. We can get the province that we need to get for the mission. That is a very good thing. We can get a second province. That is also a very good thing. I can get a third province from them. Okay, this is starting to look nice. And get some stuff that's actually useful. Can't get a fourth province with the look of things. We only have 32% war score. Now, do I want to take all three provinces, or do I want to just be happy with two and do something else like war reparations, or force them to break their alliance with Jaipur, which might be slightly more useful. Get them to break that alliance. They probably won't give me war reps as well. But we'll have that alliance broken, we'll take all of their money, we will peace out. I'm fine with that. I now have an extra little bit of land, so let's go ahead and core both of them up. We've completed our mission. Manpower needs to recover. Yes, it does. It's not going to happen, but yes, it does. You're over there. You can come back. So our army at the moment consists mainly of mercenaries. We do need to keep that mercenary army around for a while because we need to make sure that we don't get attacked. Or at least if we do get attacked, we need to make sure that we do have some men that can defend. What we are going to do now is we do have a little bit of provincial unrest, mainly in Kutch and Gorwar, which I guess are the two provinces that we've just taken. So let's go and move our armies into those provinces. We can't actually get there at the moment. So we'll leave you in Kutch. We need to get either open some territorial access through Malwa, or we need to take this land from them, which we will do eventually. We are starting to grow, though, so it is all helping out. As long as they don't get that relationship back, we should be able to go and finish them off in another war. But we'll have to see how things go with that. In the meantime, though, yes, we definitely do need to recover. We're a little bit short on manpower. We've taken out several more loans. I'm going to leave the army maintenance up for the time being, just because we do have some potential revolts. But we will go and turn off all of the forts. And in fact, if we just go here and bump up the autonomy, we can pretty much get rid of any chance of those from popping. So let's go and put down the unrest. We don't need it to put down the army maintenance. We don't need it to be all that high. We'll have a quick look at the states and territories. So yeah, we don't need to bother with Gorwar because that is part of a different territory that we don't have any control over. We need to start annexing people soon. We can take another idea group, so we could go and grab... What could we actually grab here? Is it still telling us about our Diplo one? Yeah, we spent some Diplo points with the peace deal. So we will wait for the time being. Gain 5 prestige, that is good. In fact, what do we get from the next Diplo tech? Just mainly colonial range, which is not all that useful. I think what we will do then is we'll take this because it gives us reduced build cost. It's also putting us one closer to getting yearly prestige. Now I could, if I wanted to, go and build a building or two. Anywhere we could get temples that will pay for themselves rather quickly. Not a huge amount. Most of my provinces don't bring in that much money. There's a 0.16. We can only afford to get the one anyway. Really finding myself struggling getting money in this campaign. And that's not really supposed to happen in... let's just go and have a counter spy with you. It's really not supposed to happen with Jaipur. Not Jaipur, with Barat, because you have so much control over the Ceylon trade node. But I think it might be the change with the states and territories. Request for military access from Malwa. Sure, we'll say yes for the time being. Not sure whether or not we'll keep that going on, but at least it means if we get rebels, you might actually come and help us, so that's not a terrible thing. Shame I couldn't take much more from Jean Paul. They're in another war, actually. Of course, we do have a truce with them for a while. Where is my flag now? I'm not seeing it. That truce is until 60, so not all that long. Not all that long of a truce, and you're now only allied with Casimir and Yarkand, which might make you easier to take out. We should definitely be continuing to spy on you. Sind, you are still allied with Malwa. See, I don't like the fact you're allied with Malwa. Because Malwa... Actually, Malwa wouldn't be willing to come in and protect you. Yarkand still would, though. Which is problematic. But would they get access through anywhere? And how many troops do that? I mean, it's silly for me to declare war anyway, because I've got no troops. Sind have 8,000, which is nothing. Yarkand have 25,000. That 25,000 is significant. If they can get down here, that's really going to cause some problems for me. So we'll leave that for the time being. What about you guys? We need, first of all, to... We'll get a royal marriage with you. I mean, you are our vassal. There's no reason why we shouldn't have a royal marriage. And we probably can't annex you yet anyway. Because we've recently sent a diplomat. We do need to improve our relations with you, so we'll go and do that very shortly. So as soon as the diplomat comes back, got to wait until the 3rd of January, that's fine. Go back up to speed 3 now, we're not at war. Starting to recover some manpower, which is fine. So let's go and improve our relations over here. Because if we start to annex some of these vassals, it'll make us a little bit stronger. And what have we got here? Gained a commandant, which I think is, if I remember rightly, a military leader. Yeah, plus 5% discipline. That's the commandant. I mean, I guess we could go for the land maintenance modifier and save a little bit more money, but we don't have a full army anyway, so... what do we want here? We can gain some base production and local unrest everywhere. Or reduce local unrest and increase local tax. Oh, increase local tax, if you don't mind. Thank you very much. That'll do, ideally. Invest in a new idea. We can go ahead and get our trade ideas, which would give us more trade steering. Let's go ahead. That now gives us the extra prestige. I realised before it was the economic one that I went for, and I was looking at the Diplotech, but we're still only about... I mean, what do we get for the next one? Textile manufacturer is not all that useful. So it's still definitely worth having. Gives us some extra trade steering. How much are we making now from trade? That's not a great amount, is it? I mean, 36% of our income is coming from trade, but we're not making a huge amount. We do need to get some more trade ships going. I know I have said that before. We're quite below our force limit, but I do want to get some of these loans paid off. At the moment, we have a grand total of... Oh, there's only one loan, actually. I thought we had more loans than that. I would like to get that loan paid off. It expires in April 57. It's quite some time away. We don't need to get that paid off yet. So I think what we will do then, as we've got plenty of time, is let's go ahead and get ourselves some lights. In fact, we won't do it that way. We'll just go to the Navy. Take that up to 35. They should all find the Navy and join up with it if we are lucky enough. So how is the provincial unrest? It's still a little bit in Kutch. It's 3.3. It's probably not enough for a rebellion to fire. We are now starting to get some manpower back. We do want to start to make this into a proper stack. So what we'll do, we'll just wait until we've got 3,000 manpower, although I still won't have enough ducats to be able to do it anyway. But what we want to do is we want to get ourselves 2 cavalry and an artillery, but we can't afford the artillery. We've just lost an advisor, and unfortunately we've just spent all of our money, so we can't hire another one. The trade efficiency guy would probably be the best, although diplomatic reputation could be useful if we want to try and annex our vassal. Let's just go ahead and bring back the diplomat. Now, if we were to try and annex you, it's going to take a long time. 1,128. Now then, we still have... No, we do have positive Diplo rep. So let's go and start annexing this vassal. It's going to take forever. But at least we'll have another good chunk of India. And we are starting to blob out now. From what we started on, we are actually starting to gain some territory. And you do have to be careful. You can't just go YOLO and, you know, just build massive numbers of units. Because you will... sorry, you can't just go YOLO and just, like, take over massive amounts of the map. Because you will just come off worse at the end of the day. I mean, I've been a little bit reckless with the speed at which I've been trying to expand here. But just trying to be a little bit careful. Now these guys, this is an 18-1. And we're still quite below our force limit, even though most of it is mercenaries. We are still making some money at the moment. Admittedly, we don't have the maintenance on that. That's fine. As soon as those trade ships are done. In fact, how many more ships can we have? I've got up to 45. We can have up to 49. But I like round numbers, so I think we'll keep it at 35. Seems to make the most sense to me. And another advisor. Just dropping dead left, right and centre. Improve missionary strength or production efficiency. Well, we're not converting anywhere, so let's go for the production efficiency. Are these the right religion? Yep, they're both Hindu. That is nice. As soon as those cores finish as well, we won't have quite as much... see, the unrest is ticking away, so that is very, very good for us. So, guess we'll bring the guy back who's doing the counter-espionage. We don't really need to do that. Our truce with Shun has ended. We're not bothered about that because we didn't really care. We weren't in that war anyway. Getting a shipyard, actually, to increase the naval force limit's not a bad idea, because then we can have that nice round number again and go up to 40. So let's go ahead and build a shipyard. And we can go over the limit. We don't have the money now. We can go over the naval force limit. It's, as I've said before, it's nowhere near as terrible going over the naval force limit as it is going over the actual land force limit. So what have we got here? Malwa's opinion of us changed. Lose some diplo power or lose some prestige, and we'd lose a claim somewhere. Oh, I don't really know. We'll have Malwa's opinion changed. It's pretty high anyway. At least last time I checked it was. It's still plus 90 actually. Improved relations 88. We can go and get that up a little bit more. That negative modifier will tick away. At least it should do. Irritated over claims minus 50, but going up by 2.2 yearly. So yeah, that won't take too long to burn off. So we're already 3.9% of the way through this annexation, which is quite nice. So minus 10% trade efficiency or gain 0.5 corruption. We'll take the corruption. It is actually going down each year. We've got a little bit of overextension, so once that goes away, it'll go down even more quickly. We can build more improvements, but I don't think we need to. Let's select the Navy. 35, we want to put you up to 40. We'll still be slightly over the limit until that... there we go, the limit is actually 50 now anyway, so we are fine. Well below the force limit though. So we do really want to build up to that force limit where we can. You're a 19 stack, which doesn't really make a lot of sense. I think I'd sooner get a second cannon though and have it sort of 18, 2 and 2 at the back. Of course, it is still reinforcing as well. A lot of these regiments are not at full strength. We've also got some mercenaries mixed in with them, but for the time being, that's okay. We'll keep mercenaries around until such a time when we've actually got some manpower and we can replace them. If you can afford mercenaries, it's not a bad idea to have them. Remember at the start of my Venice campaign, I actually used mercenaries quite a lot, because Venice makes a lot of money, so it makes sense. The good thing with mercenaries is not only do they not come from your manpower pool, but when mercenaries get killed in a fight, it doesn't actually cause any war exhaustion. You get war exhaustion when your own men are killed in a fight. Some of the estates modifiers wearing off. What if we were to go, for example, if I click on one of the right tabs here, if I go and speak to the estates and speak to the nobles, can we ask for raise additional levies? They would lose some loyalty, which is not great. We could call a DA though for 5 prestige, gives them more loyalty. Let's go ahead and do that, and then we will raise additional levies. That gives us some more manpower to play with, so that's not a bad thing. Okay, now then, this army over here, you need a second cannon. And then we'll make you up to a front row of 18 as well. Okay, so what will that put us on for our force limit? That'll only put us at 44 of 51. So I might bolster these up slightly, or I might just have a second stack around somewhere. So there's a couple of cores done. So that'll make the corruption still going to tick away slowly. But the actual effect that the corruption's having on us, because it's such a low amount, I mean, what have we got really? All power costs plus 0.4%. That's hardly anything. Minimum autonomy plus 0.2. Again, hardly anything. Not too much of a problem there. I don't mind that too much. Jean-Paul, we were discovered while fabricating a spy network. That is a bit of a shame. Don't have a diplomat to send yet. Oh, were they actually forming the spy network with me? Can I actually get any claims against you? We don't have any touching borders, I don't think. Yeah, I can't really do an awful lot. Let's stop fabricating claims against you right now. Now then, you guys. You are only allied with Afghanistan now. We do still have a truce with you. I like it's below the fold there. It's quite easy to look at that and go, oh yeah, I can do this, and then hit click, and then if you actually scroll down, you do actually have a truce. That truce is going to be until 60 as well. But I'm hoping they don't get friendly again with Jean-Paul. What I should be doing, actually, is I should be building a spy network with them, because I should be able to make a claim on 3 different provinces. Because I assume I don't have claims on them, or I do actually have claims on them. I suppose that's because I formed Bharat. I now actually have claims over, like, every single province everywhere, which is good, because it really gives me the ability to... it really gives me the ability to declare war on whoever I want. Now, it's still worth having a spy network here, because when you have a spy network in a nation that you are going to war with, it actually reduces the siege timers. So I will actually be able to siege more quickly by having a high spy network with them. Also, if you have a high spy network with anybody else, you'll get less aggressive expansion when you take one of their neighbours. So our armies are actually taking a bit of damage at the moment. They're a little bit oversized. I think what we'll do... we're into 20 stacks. Let's go ahead and take off 5 infantry. Can I get you down here? No. Need to try and get open military access from Malra again. I think we need to do that. Don't have a diplomat to send right now. That's fine. This one then, we'll do the same thing. We will break off 5 infantry. And we'll go and put the infantry together, and we'll see if we can make a 3rd stack and have slightly smaller stacks. Who are we going to get back first? We're only 11% through the annexation. You are actually improving relations with Malwa. It can't be improved by any more anyway, so you might as well come back. And if we can get military access, which we can now get all of these guys together. So that means we're now looking at a 13-2-2. So we could make this up to... Well, we'll make it the 2-2, and then we'll see what we can do with the infantry. So we could go ahead and get yearly inflation reduction. That'd be quite nice. We're also starting to work towards an additional diplomat. Not bothered about that. I don't use all of them anyway. Getting the extra 5% discipline would be nice, because that will stack with the 5% discipline we get from quality ideas. And bear in mind, we've also got 10% infantry, cavalry, and artillery combat ability. Plus we also get 10% cavalry combat ability from our national ideas. So technically we've got 20% combat ability with our cavalry. So we really need to have a little bit more cavalry if we can. Just having a quick look. What is the percentage for cavalry? Used to tell you somewhere. Cannot have more than 50% cavalry, so it's the same as Western. Okay, well that is good to know. Now that is a admin idea, and we are falling behind, so we did have to spend some admin points on coring. So we will have to wait until we get some more back. I think that's a sensible idea. Our trade fleet is slowly starting to pull together. It's taking a little bit of time. We could have an extra 2 more ships, but I think, again, like I said, we'll keep it at a nice round number. We can go ahead and pay off our final loan, I think. Let's go and do that. That'll help with you. Getting that inflation reduction would be really useful. I think the quicker we get it, the more useful it's going to be, though. So even though I said we were falling behind on tech, I think getting that is quite useful. Getting the minus 20% development cost is quite nice as well. we also get infantry combat ability plus 10 because of our Vijayanagar traditions. So we've actually got plus 20% cavalry combat ability, plus 20% infantry combat ability, 10% artillery combat ability, and 5% discipline, which will soon be 10% discipline. So that's actually really good. Lose 15 Diplo or absent merchant. Oh, we'll lose the 15 Diplo. It's not that big of a deal, really. So really just need the truce timer to run out so we can go to war with Nagawa. Unfortunately, say will once again bring in Afghanistan, but I think we as long as they don't get any more allies in the meantime, if we're actually ready when the time comes, we should be able to jump on them and take them out quite quickly. So we're looking at August, 4 years away before that happens. Still a few buildings we can build, or so it's telling us, but we want to get these armies sorted out first. So what were we doing with these? These were a 13-2-2 configuration. So we can go ahead and get... can we afford another 3? What is our force limit? Yeah, actually we can. We can afford another 4. So if we go ahead and get another 3 there, then we'll have 3 stacks of 17, which is fine. We only have the 1 leader now. Looks like one of our leaders did die. How many are we allowed to have? We're allowed to have 2. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves another leader. We might get a decent one. Hey, he's actually not bad. That's a 3-2-2-1. We certainly use you when we're attacking. I think we'll swap these around, actually. You can have the 3-2-2-1. Well, the other guy has slightly more siege, but... And we'll give you the free one. There we go. Still slightly above our diplomatic relations. We can build some improvements. Increasing our manpower definitely seems like a very good idea. It's one of the things that we are struggling with more than anything. Plus an extra 500 men would be nice, thank you very much. Although we've now spent all of our money. That was definitely the best one that we could get. Can't really afford to do an awful lot of development either, which is a problem. At least we don't have any loans. So that is a good thing. Does it mean we can build another one now? So where can we get anything decent at all? Most of these are going to give us around about 200 men and not an awful lot more. 250 is about the best one I can see. Places that only have +2 development. Oh, there's a 374. I guess that's better than nothing. So we'll grab that one. And we'll probably have to wait a little bit of time before we can get back up to our numbers. All of our armies are fully reinforced, though, which is a good thing. Now, Sind is still allied with Malwa. If we were to declare war there, Malwa would still come in on their side, and we don't want to fight Yarkand. If we still have our truce with Nagur, but if we were to declare war on them, yep, they've reformed their alliance with Jaipur now. This is the thing that I do dislike. You have the ability to try and break alliances, but then the alliances can reform before you actually have the chance to, before the truce runs out. So there's no possible way right here that I could go and declare war now because Jaipur would come in. So that's very, very... In fact, no, Jaipur are actually guaranteeing them. That's interesting. So what about... Well, I can't really declare war on Afghanistan because Afghanistan have like a million different... Afghanistan have like a million different allies. Afghanistan are actually trying to suck up to me at the moment. And Afghanistan would accept an alliance. Let's go and improve relations. I'm not necessarily going to ask them for an alliance because we are already over our limit. But having them as an ally might be useful. I don't know if we've got... Yeah, my claims stop at the Afghani border. There's like one province, one Afghani province that I do have a claim on. So that might be useful actually having them as an ally in the future. But I'm going to end the video here, and when we come back next time, we'll see how we can start to push a bit further forward. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying EU4 as Barat. I'll see you on the next video, and until then, goodbye for now.